Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another Premier Division show. Three games to cover this weekend in the Premier Division. I'm going to do a separate show where I'm going to review and preview at the same time the European games involving St. Patrick's Athletic and Shelburne as well. Two matchday vlogs out in those European games if you'd like to check them out too. But Derry Park, Bohemians went back to second in the table with a 3-0 win against Galway United. They're now 8 points behind the hoops, Shamrock Rovers, with a game in hand. And not a great first half, to be fair, but the early goal from Douglas James Taylor and his first goal for the club on 47 minutes set them on their way, basically. He does well, James Taylor, takes it very well, great finish. Suspiciously poor defending from Galway United in that situation. The ball's just played through the middle and James Taylor gets time to actually, there should be a defender up his ass, to be honest with you. He gets time to touch and turn in the centre, but his shot is very, very good. Galway will be very disappointed with that, and they'll be disappointed with the performance overall in this game. I'll talk about them in a second though. James Clark with 2 goals in 61, 72 minutes, 2 really, really good finishes from James, and it looks like he's going to be staying at Bows at least till the end of the season where his contract is up, which is great news for Bows. I think even if they got an offer, they're better off not taking that offer. Hopefully from their point of view they get into Europe, and if he goes, he goes. And it also gives you more time to potentially persuade the player to stay. But it's funny actually, since he's been linked with the move to Grimsby, he's actually been on better form, hasn't he, to be fair. And as I said, chipped in with 2 goals in this game to give them a good 3-0 win, and Galway would be disappointed because Galway defended very poorly in this game, unlike Galway, I'd have to say, and they'll be looking at the table a little bit now and might be getting a little bit concerned about Sligo Rovers. Let me know in the comments if you're a Galway United fan what you think about that. 6 points out of Sligo Rovers, but Sligo Rovers are playing really, really well. Galway are up and down, more down and up at the moment, and they're well beaten in this game. Great result for Bows, just keeps them there, doesn't it? I still think Bows will be thinking like Derry City, if they finish top 3, we'll take that good season. But there's still games to go, and you still have a game of hand with Shamrock Rovers, so you're still there, basically. You're still there. Those games in hand should be very important, I'd imagine, too. But good result for Bohemians. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, the RSC in the Munster Derby did finish Waterford FC 2, Cork City 0. Sam Glenfield's opening goal in 31 minutes. And Tommy Lonergan's goal in 36 minutes, a very good header, was enough to give the Blues a brilliant 3 points in this derby. I watched this game back, actually. Funnily enough, look, they bounced back well from that defeat last week, Waterford. Not a brilliant display by any means, but pretty comfortable after they got the 2 goals, I would say. The first goal, again, is symptomatic of something I've been moaning about Cork City, I suppose, for the last few weeks, is that defensively they're trying to do what Southampton did pretty much in the Premier League in England, and they're struggling enough at the back. They certainly wouldn't have the best squad in the league compared to a lot of the other sides, and you couple that with the fact that you're asking them to play a game that they're very uncomfortable with, and that's playing from the back and often playing with a high line. And they got caught again, and Waterford scored. They pressed them well, and Glenfield scored. You'd have to say, from Cork City's point of view, they look doomed now. It's not just the fact that they're 8 points behind their nearest rivals in Sligo Rovers at the moment. It's the fact I think they're getting worse and worse as the season goes on. Sligo Rovers are getting better and better as the season goes on, and I don't know. I mean, look, Maguire, he mightn't be getting brilliant service, but he's not doing great for them either. He's been a disappointment, actually, overall, you'd have to say. When Cork City signed him, you probably expected better, to be honest with you. And for Cork City, it must be very frustrating for their fans, that kind of way. I don't agree with fans coming onto the pitch at the RSC and berating the players the way they did, to be honest with you. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think... The harsh reality is that the Cork City players are actually trying to play. They're not good enough, basically, compared to the other sides in the league. It's as simple as that in general. So I don't agree with that, to be honest, lads. That's not going to help, I don't think. I can understand frustrations because they feel like they're a club in limbo, Cork City, really, don't they? Not good enough for the Premier Division. winning the first division, not good enough for the Premier Division, winning the first division, and the cycle continues. It probably feels like limbo. Waterford, though, I mean, can they get fourth? Is fourth attainable? It'd be difficult for them. I can't see them finish top three. Could they get fourth with a bit of a run? Potentially, if they put on a bit of a run the way St Patrick's Athletic did last season, for example, they could do. They could do. The impressive thing for Waterford for me is this season, Paul Jamin has 10 goals, Tommy Lonergan has 6. That's 16 goals between their two attacking strikers, which is good. There's no issue there for Waterford FC. Defensively has been a big issue for them in general, though, this season, I think, as well. But yeah, I mean, look, they're a good side, Waterford. I just don't know where they can finish, kind of a thing. Could they be dragged into it, you'd argue, as well? If Sligo got a run together. I mean, points-wise, you'd say, yes, they could be dragged into it. It's hard to know. The next couple of weeks will be interesting to see from that point of view. Can they make a push potentially towards Europe? Or will it be a case of, hang on, we're getting a bit closer here to the bottom. We need to, be careful here. Hard to tell. Important 3 points. Let me know what you think in the comments. And finally, at the showgrounds, finished Sligo Rovers 2, Derry City 0. Fantastic result for the bit of red. The best performance that I've seen this season from Sligo Rovers. McLean, of course, against his hometown club in 19 minutes gives Sligo Rovers the lead. Wilson Warwood scores right in half time to give them that 2-0 cushion and give them the 2-0 win. Of course, they had a 2-0 lead the previous week at Shamrock Rovers and drew 2-2. Derry found it difficult to get the pitch to the game. Sligo were very, very good. Derry tried to pile on a bit of pressure in the second half. Duffy forced a good save from Sargent. But I thought it was Sligo Rovers' most complete performance of the season. I've seen them play like this in an attacking sense, but defensively, I thought they were excellent. Really, really good. And full value for the 2-0 win. In fact, Lambotro scored a goal that looked like he may have been onside, to be honest with you, but it was flagged offside. Interestingly, that was the same linesman who flagged Simon Power offside when St. Pat's played Bowes as well. I'd argue this particular linesman doesn't keep up with the play very well. You have to be able to do that, don't you? But in this game, at least, it wasn't decisive and Sligo Rovers got the win. Derry City, a lot of people might say, is it a reality check? I don't know, it was a reality check. Derry City, I don't know what's going on out there, sorry, but the noise there. If Derry City finish in the top 3, it's a good season for me, to be honest. I do think with Holt leaving the club, because he's going to be leaving the club, that's unsettling for them a little bit and disappointing, because I think he's been a brilliant force at the back for Derry. Not just his quality, but him and Connolly, the leadership and the organisation. His passing range is quite good as well. I think that could be a problem for Derry City. Was it a problem in this game? What they've lost if Holt was playing, who knows? But they did look a bit disorganised at the back, I have to say, without him, to be honest. Big loss for Derry City. Still in a good position. I know Derry City fans will probably think, yeah, but we were in a good position last year and we didn't even finish in the European places. So I get that. There might be a bit of nerves at times. But look, they've been in good form. They won 4 games in the bounce. And they've come up against a side who are really playing well. And that was Sligo Rovers' best display of the season, to be fair, too. So, from a Derry point of view, it's probably not as bad as it looks, to be honest with you. But from a Sligo point of view, absolutely brilliant stuff. McManus in midfield has really settled in for them. I thought Jake Doyle-Hayes played the best game I've seen him play for Sligo Rovers, to be honest. Kiki was a threat. Some really good performances. As I said, at the back, they were very solid at the back. I thought Denham, I think he's a big plus coming back into it, to be honest with you, as well. So, things are looking up for Sligo Rovers, and there'll be a couple of teams looking over their shoulders, because Sligo Rovers are on their way, and they're going to win matches, put it that way. They're going to win matches the way they play. And they're just looking very settled now at the moment too. A lot of confidence there. So subscribe and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.